Thank you for tuning in to Higher Rock Education. You and your friends are trying to decide where to eat. How important is the price? Is that more important than the type of food or the atmosphere? Assume that you guys decide you want hamburgers. What's the most important in deciding where you will dine? Is a hamburger at McDonald's any different from a hamburger from Burger King? Would the differences influence your decision? Chances are that price alone will not determine where you guys decide to eat. Other variables are usually considered. Perhaps it's the way a hamburger is served, or the way the side items are prepared. You may prefer the milkshakes at one restaurant, or maybe the way the French fries are prepared at another. Fast food restaurants are in a monopolistically competitive industry. Monopolistic competition is a market structure where there are many companies who compete by offering slightly different products. Managers strive to differentiate themselves from their competition and build brand loyalty so they can charge a slightly higher price than their competitors. Monopolistically competitive industries share some of the same characteristics of perfect competition and monopolistic industries. In larger communities, fast food restaurants, hotel chains, gas stations, local accounting firms, and barbershops are examples of businesses that operate in a monopolistic competition market structure. Let's take a closer look at the characteristics of monopolistically competitive industries. Many companies offer slightly differentiated products that are substitutes. This limits a company's ability to raise its price. They know that if they price too high, there are other companies that offer similar products that can be used as a substitute. No single company has price leadership as with an oligopoly. Product differentiation is a marketing effort used by companies to build brand loyalty by distinguishing its product or service from competing products to increase sales or charge a higher price. In monopolistic competition, no single company sells exactly the same product. But the products they sell only vary slightly. This way, a company can claim their product is better than its competition. In other words, these companies have mini monopolies. They are the only producers that produce a slightly differentiated product. However, they have little monopoly power. There are just too many companies offering similar products. Consumers have different tastes. Companies strive to exploit these differences by distinguishing themselves from the competing products. The differentiation may be in the quality of the product, such as a sweeter taste. Other companies may emphasize customer service. Still others may use its packaging to attract buyers. Teens dress differently from the elderly, and companies in the apparel industry try to establish an image and style that appeals to their target market. Most franchises operate in monopolistically competitive industry. Why? Because every franchise has a unique story to tell as to why they are better than other companies in their industry. That's the differentiation. But franchises also depend on attracting entrepreneurs to open new businesses. So entrance needs to be affordable. So it's essential to have low barriers to entry. A barrier to entry is an obstacle that prevents potential competitors from entering an industry. Monopolistic competition requires many companies, so the barriers to entry must be relatively low when compared to an oligopoly or a monopoly. How do companies in monopolistically competitive industry price their products? Well, just like every other company, where its marginal revenue equals its marginal cost. However, building brand loyalty achieves two objectives. First, it increases the demand for a company's product. Second, because these companies have a small influence on their price, they have downward sloping demand curves. If they raise their price, they'll lose sales, but they won't lose all their sales like the perfectly competitive companies. Maria's Taco Stand operates in a fast food industry. Our graph includes Maria's demand and marginal revenue curves. Notice the marginal revenue curve is below the demand curve. See our video as to why the marginal revenue curve is below the demand curve, and that explains why this occurs. Maria's Taco produces 300 tacos a day, which is where her marginal costs and marginal revenue curves intersect. We then go up to the demand curve to see what price consumers would pay for that level of output. Consumers are willing to pay $4 a taco. The price is slightly higher than equilibrium, and these companies produce slightly less than equilibrium. The equilibrium price and quantity would be P and Y. In summary, there are many companies in monopolistically competitive industries. They strive to build brand loyalty by differentiating themselves from their competition so they can charge a slightly higher price than in a perfectly competitive market.
To learn more, please visit our website for our free economics lessons at www.higherrockeducation.org. All our lessons include text, interactive exercises, review questions, and a related scripture lesson. Thank you.